and welcome to Reisemobile Hartmann in Lünen, Germany. This is an Itineo motorhome. It's a brand of Rapido. I think the idea when they started it was that it was meant to be a cheaper brand, but it's no longer that. This vehicle here is going to cost, with all the extras, 73,690, but it's very well equipped, so it can hardly be called a cheaper van. The MC740, and as it's raining, I want to go inside. Now, I put the bed down. I did that deliberately for those who say I never put the bed down. And so you can see what it looks like in bed down condition. So, double bed up here. You've got to sort of bend the chairs down to do that. Coming around here to the back, we have got an enormous queen bed. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the pricing, because the pricing is, I agree, it's quite a lot of money. But so what? The base price is 64,600, and it's got a number of additions. So 3,620 is for the 4.4 ton heavy chassis, which also includes 160 horsepower engine plus an eco pack, and another thing which this has got is an automatic transmission, which is 2,930. It's also got alu hubs, which cost 200, traction plus 150, Truma Combi C6EH plus iNet 530, and oh, another thing it's got is a 3-flame cooker rather than the standard 2-flame cooker, and that is 60 euros extra. Right, so in order to see this a bit better, let's close that like that, get a better view. Maybe we've got a better view. Maybe the camera isn't quite giving us good quality when it's like that. Anyway, 3-flame cooker, now it's a 60 euro extra. You can see some of the things I filmed it, for example, caravan cell on some of the other Itineo models. You see in the 2-flame and then the 3-flame. I personally don't think that 3 flames are necessary. I have rarely used it, although the other day I did actually use it. Can't remember why I had to use it now, but I did use 3 rather than the 2. Let's see, can I open this? Yes, I can, and there's a reason why I asked. So plenty of space in there, and that is where your gas is kept. So you, or not, isn't kept there, sorry, but that's where you turn it on at. And under here we've got 12 volts, we've got shore power, obviously you've got to stick a converter in for USBs, and this is central locking. So that now is locked. Rapido do this in a number of their vans, in fact most of their vans now they seem to do this. And not all, but most. I'll open it so people can see what's happening. Right, this is the Spirit Edition, which has this furniture of this type. It's also got some chrome details on the outside, and it's got some different lighting from other vans. What about sitting here around the table? Well, the table's pretty large, and it's light. It's very light. Oh, mine's like twice that. I think I went over the top though with the my table. I've got a far too heavy table. Anyway, now one feature you might not have expected in an Itineo is down here. Very deep, double floor, and you can keep quite a lot of stuff in something like that. And whilst I'm down here on the floor, There you go, there's the place for your shoes. There's an enormous bin. Fridge is more or less the same as you see in every van. Well, maybe exaggerating, but in many vans. Thetford fridge. You've got more 12. You've got HDMI. You've got 12 volts up there as well. That's where your television would go if you want one. Up here, we've got the electrics, and I'll turn the lights on as well. So. Oh, that's better, isn't it? That way you can see some of the lighting, and I think the lighting is pretty good. All the Rapido vans, I've noticed they've really got the game together with the lighting, in my opinion. And I do appreciate that's not what everybody wants. Right, double bed. This will move up and down, and the button for doing this is in the garage. So, you can see where that is now, but you can't use that for storage unless you, well, you can if you don't do anything with the button in the garage. You'll see that in a moment. Now, one thing about the queen bed is you're supposed to be able to get into it from both sides. It's a bit tight coming around here though. And you might think that's rather high up. Well, in that case, you might want to put it down at the back. Obviously it's day now, so you maybe don't appreciate the lighting as much as you would do if it were not day. There you go, wardrobe. And here, what I'm always going on about are nets, and people are now putting them, companies now putting nets in vans. And I've been going on about this now for 5 years. Yeah, in fact it'll soon be 6, since January. No, sorry, it'll soon be 5. January 2016 when I started going about nets in vans. Right, let's have a look in here. Close this here. Toilet's very big, but in my opinion it's too big. It should be, I think you should have given more space to get into the bed. That's my opinion. And a nice bar there, so you can hang your socks up on it. I've been asked to say that more often. This comes across like that. So look at all this space now in here. It's not quite a dressing room because you can't, you haven't got a wardrobe here or anything, but that is quite nice. Goes on there. I do that because somebody might dry off without thinking of it. How do you get into that bed there? Well, as you can see, there's a ladder for it. I wouldn't use the ladder. I just step on there and get in like that. But I can understand why people might want to use the ladder. You don't stand on. Well, you can stand on that bit of the chair, but don't stand on anything else. Certainly don't stand on this, because I've pointed this out in other videos, and the reason I do that is because I've heard of them getting broken. And oh, another nice feature of the lighting. Look how it comes on down here. I mean, I can't see the point of having this bit here, but it's nice the way the lighting comes on, I think. Let's go and have a look outside. So the garage is absolutely enormous. Look at all this space in here. Okay, that door's not as big as the one on my side now. There's the thing for the bed. So let's have a look at the bed coming down. Right, one feature here, it says do not use for more than 20 minutes. Sorry, if it's 2 minutes every 20 minutes. So you can see how far now you've got a much smaller garage. Much smaller garage. Let's go in again and see what that does. Now I mentioned easy to get in and out. Well, as you can see now, there's a completely different situation. You've got a much lower bed. It also said not to actually use this when people are in the bed. I don't think I pointed that out. There you go. I certainly didn't point that out. There's a USBs next to the bed. Yeah, I'll close this so you can see better what's going on. Any ideas about the bed? Think that's better or worse? So would you put it back up as it was earlier? So what we'll do now is we'll have a look up front at what it looks like here with this bed up. So you've got the one behind down, now this one's going up. So there you can see what it looks like with the bed in the up position, in the day position. It wasn't quite really night position because I didn't close the blinds earlier, but I think you'll get the meaning. Table here, you can appreciate it more in this position, enormous. So I mean, if there's 4 of you around the table, then I think there's plenty of room there. So 4 sleeping places, 4 places around the table. I don't think that's any difficulty whatsoever. Let's have a walk now around the van. Now when I come to something, I always like to put everything back as it was when I found it, but in this case I'm going to leave that there as it is for the moment. I'll come back and do it later when you're not watching. Water. Except toilet, boiler, exhaust. Got your hook up here, and that's your diesel. There is a door on this side. And that's for your gas. Okay, I hope you found that of interest, and if if you did, you might want to subscribe, and if you get any benefit from what I do consider supporting me on Patreon. Now, let's have some shots of where I am and one of my trips in my own motorhome. Thanks for watching.